Good morning, this is Letitia Hinton, and I want to today talk more about the number 5 as it relates to getting married or planning special events or launching a business. And so my goal is to just talk about using numerology and the energy of the day, specifically your personal day and your personal year as you are planning big events. So I'm talking about the number 5 in particular because the number 5, as you would if you listen to the recording of the podcast that I posted yesterday, I talk about how the number 5 sits in the liminal space. It is an energy that is associated with change. So if you are getting married, you want to make sure that you are looking at the energies that will be infused into this union. And that is why, so I believe that a lot of the listeners would be interested in astrology and other spiritual topics. And so we definitely look to astrology. We want to see what Venus is doing. If we're talking about getting married, creating a bonded union, we want to look at Saturn, see what Saturn is doing. Mars, what Mars is doing. And then, of course, that is all going to depend upon your sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. So definitely that needs to be looked at when we're talking about something as big as getting married or something as big as starting a business. You know, you want it to be able to be stable and to grow. So that is why I want to talk about the number 5 in particular as it relates to getting married or launching a business on this day. Now, so if you want to have a traditional marriage, which today now things are so, it's 2020, and so marriage and union can look a lot of different ways. When I grew up, my grandmother, who raised me, she and her husband lived in 2 separate houses because they married older and they could not stand to change their ways. So they needed to live in 2 separate homes. And so if you want to get married on a personal day, number 5, or in the personal year, number 5, for you or your spouse, then this is something that your marriage could look like, where you live in one place and they live in another place, or you have a spouse that travels all the time, because the number 5, whatever is associated with this energy, infuses a lot of change. It's not like the number 4 energy, which is an energy that is, associated with the sides of a cube that you could build upon, stability and strength. No, the number 5 infuses whatever that is that you are trying to build. It infuses it with much change and instability. You will be up today, down tomorrow. If you are starting a business, that business, if you want a business, perhaps that is, if you are starting a business that is internet based and you want a lot of Uranian or Mercurial energy infused in that business, then yes, the number 5 would be great. If this is a business that is all about travel, the number 5 would be great to be a part of it. I would look at actually having the energy of the 4 infused in the business as well. And what I mean by that is that maybe the day that the business is started. It could be a personal day number 4 for you, and then the personal year perhaps be a 5, or you could have it start the business on the 23rd, or start the business on the 5th of the month. And then if you have a business where you want lots of people communicating and talking and sharing ideas and socializing, let's say you're starting a dating business, the 23rd would be a great day to start that business, because it's all about sharing ideas and communicating and laughing and enjoying time together and socializing and partying and so forth. That is that energy. So starting the business perhaps on the 23rd, and then but having it for you be on a in the personal year number 4, that is something that could really work. But I think that it is really important to look at the energies that are in the air, that are flowing through when you are planning to marry or start a business or to launch into anything that you want to last for a specific period of time, or if you want it to be short term, that could work too, as far as the number 5 is concerned. So if you want a traditional marriage, you want to live in the house with your partner, you want to build slow and steady, you would want 4s, you would want the energy of the number 4 to be infused within that marriage. You want the number 5 or getting married on the 23rd or the 5th, or in a personal year that is the number 5, is going to bring an energy of constant change into your home, where you may experience a lot of separation, where you may experience a lot of just unrest, within your home. So, and the same with your business. If you want it to be something that is more traditional, brick and mortar business, if you are starting something that has to do with accounting, or something that again is more traditional, then you want to try to steer clear of starting that business in a personal year number 5, personal day number 5, on the 23rd, on the 5th. You want to try to stay clear of all of that energy, because it will bring in just this constant unknowing of what is happening, a constant surprise, a constant need for freedom. 5 is all about freedom, and again, it stands in the liminal space where it's always at the threshold of change. Okay, so I just wanted to add that quick thought about the number 5 and starting a business or getting married or doing something that you want to be concrete and long lasting and more traditional. All right. Thank you for listening. Be blessed.